I have to go outside. But ultimately, I really hope this brings some closure to the families, not only of 9/11 victims and the victims of al-Qaeda terrorism, but in particular, again, personally for me, the families of those CIA officers who were killed.
And he argues the Taliban should be held to account for al-Zawahiri's presence in the Afghan capital, saying it's a violation of the Doha Accords signed by the leaders of the new Afghan government. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap our top stories, former US President Donald Trump says his home in Mar-a-Lago was raided by the FBI on Monday. Officials in Brussels are awaiting comments on a take-it-or-leave-it compromise text aimed at reviving the Iran nuclear deal. Taiwan's military began live-fire artillery drills on Tuesday as tensions with China continue, and the UK's weather service has issued a heat health alert for England. That's the latest feature story news. Chris Jones reporting.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7 back in the saddle on a Tuesday. You've got Scott and the lovely ladies. My sister Val, all the way from Deer Park, Washington. Good morning, Val.
Good morning.
And live from the KCHW studios, Michelle Williams. Feeling better, Michelle?
Yes, finally starting to feel better.
All right. You guys have both had a rough time. We'll get health updates from the ladies in just a minute. That make it sound important and official.
Dramatic.
And dramatic. All right. Oh, no. I lost my weather forecast, I think. There they are. All right. Nope, that's not it.
No weather
I had to
today.
reboot my computer, so I saved all the windows, and apparently they didn't hold up. But you guys have another warm one, and Michelle, you're going to have to keep an eye on that transmitter all the way up to 98 with clouds today, and a possible shower and or a thunderstorm there in Chihuahua. Winds to 10 miles per hour. Tonight down to 69. Stray shower thunderstorms possible. You guys probably need some water, huh?
Yeah, it'd be
We
nice.
could use it as long as we don't have dry lightning.
Yeah, and it's only at 15%, so not a lot of it. For your Wednesday, a mostly cloudy day, still 94, 15% chance of precip. Same for Thursday, but 95, partly cloudy, 15% chance of precip. 97 right now for Friday with mostly sunny skies, and a sunny weekend at 92 and 90, so a bit better for you guys.
Yeah, that's that humidity that's going to be the killer. Up to 70% one of these nights. It's like rising at night. Ugh.
Wow, that makes it sticky. It's always sticky here, but we had a strange one here in Lincoln, Maine. Sunday's high temperature was 92. Monday's high temperature, 62.
Whoa.
Wow.
And it rained by the bucketful. It was crazy. 67 for a high today. Can you believe that?
Wow.
In the middle
Wow.
of summer. And we've got a stray shower or thunderstorm possible, 2 down to 57 tonight. In fact, we've got a cloudy week. We don't even get over 80 degrees until next week. We're going to hang out in the mid to upper 70s the rest of the week with rain off and on. So, and they actually were complaining in the state that is like basically submerged. They've been complaining about not getting enough rain. So I'm sure the people that worry about that kind of stuff are pretty happy.
Making up for it all at once.
All at once. All right. So, Val, have you recovered with your knee surgery?
Yeah, it's been a good recovery. I'm, let's see, about not quite a month out. So, yeah, it's doing good. I can finally, in the last few days, walk up and down stairs, and yeah, I'm feeling good.
All right.
Good.
No more hobbling, huh?
No more hobbling.
And Michelle, you're feeling a little better?
Yeah, I'm not at 100% yet, but I'm definitely much better than I was last week.
Now, do you want to share what you think you got and where you got it, just as kind of a safety thing?
Yeah, so with all the high temperatures and everything, the water temperature of the public lakes and swimming areas has gone up to where bacteria can grow pretty well. And apparently got some lake water in my mouth or something and got I'm not sure, dysentery or what did you call it?
Giardia?
Yeah. And yeah, I was sick all last week, like miserably sick. So,
Oh,
Wow.
all
They
right.
have been warning some of the local area waters to stay out of because of, especially like children and animals, they were
mhm.
saying shouldn't be in the water. I would imagine it's probably something like that.
Mm.
Oh, I hope they don't start growing those brain amoeba things.
Oh,
No, no.
yeah, I heard about that. That was a decade or so ago. I heard a story about a kid that got something like that. Like it went in through their ear.
And it happens every. You hear a story in the news I think every summer from
Mm.
somewhere. Usually it's down south where someone gets the brain amoeba up their nose. So
Oof.
I actually had the same thing once from. I think I've talked about on the radio before from mold. I had a sandwich shoved in my face that was moldy as I was inhaling,
Oh.
and got those spores up my nose and got an infection in the cartilage of my nose. And it's the same kind of thing. And next place it moves to is your brain. And now you know what happened to Scott.
It all makes
That
sense
explains
now.
everything.
Yes. So I
It's
had
funny
to,
though, since you had that happen, every time I open up a container, which I suspect might be moldy, I hold my breath because I'm like, I know what happened to my brother. I'm not going to take any chances of inhaling right now.
I never gave it anytime, you pull something old out of the fridge that's fuzzy. I never gave it any kind of thought, but you had told me you were doing that. And I do it with everything now. If I smell something that's even slightly moldy, it's like COVID. I'm holding my breath.
Yes.
I ain't taking it since I know I'm susceptible, I guess, to that kind of thing. I sure don't want it to happen again because that was kind of scary. And I really had to, convince the doctor because I went in there and said I was reading on the internet.
Yes,
And
conversation.
Surefire way to get them to not hear a word you say afterwards.
uh, they tend not to believe that, and you can't blame them because everybody will self-diagnose themselves. Well, there's no redness. I know. And I said, exactly. And that's one of the symptoms. Will you please, I begged her. So will you please go look it up? Because I am like 100% positive I had this. I couldn't touch my no swelling, no redness, but I could not touch my face. I couldn't smile, especially the area around your nose there and your cheeks and your eyes. Very, very sore. So
Wow.
scary. I did. Of course, we were off last week, and that was I had to take my cat in for radiation therapy, and I just decided to do some touring of the state of Maine. So I got to see the ocean, got to stay in some cool places, and it took all the way till yesterday. I finally had got the call Sunday night that I could come pick up the mooch on Monday morning. And I went in and they had her on the floor and she meowed right away when she saw me. And they said that was the first time she'd meowed since I dropped her off. So,
Aw.
and they gave me all the paperwork, and discharged. And we got in the car to make the over a 3-hour drive home, which is always fun with a cat in the car. And she's good in the car. So about 30 minutes, I cracked that door open and she came out and she got on the armrest there, the console, where there's a glove box right there between the seats. And she sat there and headbutted me like 30 times. I was like, oh, she missed me.
Oh, of course she did.
And when a cat headbutts you, you get the wet nose sometimes. And I remember she licked me a couple times on the arm. And then when I got home, I read the doctor's paperwork about her still being radioactive and how you have to deal with the feces and to socially distance yourself from the cat for 6 days and under no circumstances get in contact with her saliva.
Fantastic. So tomorrow Scott will be glowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I probably should have read the paperwork first. And I guess what it isn't, it's actually, you can get the radioactive isotopes from the saliva and it can actually harm your own thyroid.
Yep.
So hopefully those couple little licks she gave me weren't toxic, but we'll see.
I'm sure all the stuff they give you for, follow up, all that information is worst case scenario. So, yeah.
I asked them can't you fudge the numbers and let me pick her up? And they said, no, we're controlled by the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. So
Wow.
kind of weird, really weird, actually.
I was having some thyroid tests done years ago, and so they had to give me some radiation to really get a clear view of the thyroid. And I just remember them coming out in this lead-lined container that the medicine was in that they had to give me, and everybody else is kind of surrounded by those big blankets and all of that, and here I am waiting to get shot up with some radiation.
Well, it had to be weird for there was 4 cats, each in their own, cubicle. But that had to be weird for the cats to see people coming in spacesuits.
Right.
No kidding. Well, your cat would be used to that.
Oh, so this is how it's going to go today, folks. Nice. All right, this is for you, Val, then.
That's great. Go ahead, make your jokes, Mr. Jokey. Joke maker.
McJoke face.
Yeah, McJoke face. I like that. Nice. All right. So, I'm going to be radioactive for a few days. And I figured as many transmitters have I been around in my life, the cat's probably not going to make a difference.
You're probably more danger to the cat than vice versa.
And other people, sure. Avoid Scott. He's radioactive. All right. If you got through the weather, a few news stories this morning. The big one up there is, of course, Trump's house at Mar-a-Lago getting searched.
Yeah, the FBI came in and did their thing.
Yeah, Republicans up in arms over it, say, it's political posturing, but they do have some proof that he took documents. So it's not an easy task to secure a federal search warrant against a former U.S. president. In fact, I don't think it's ever, it was probably Nixon probably had one.
Right. Might have, yes.
Yeah. Legal experts told insiders that the agents must prove a high degree of probable cause. Former federal prosecutor Gene Rossi told insiders that Donald Trump was in deep legal trouble. It says, for months, as new details emerge about the end of the Trump administration, Justice Department confronted criticism over its slow, cautious approach to investigating the former president, but, of course, felt like they had to. Attorney General Merrick Garland met the criticism with what has almost become his personal mantra. He said the Justice Department will follow the facts and the law. On Monday, the facts and the law led FBI agents to former President Donald Trump's home. Trump confirmed Monday that federal agents had executed a search warrant at his South Florida estate in Mar-a-Lago. In search of several news outlets, radio reported was related to whether he mishandled classified government documents. I guess they found him.
Yeah, I hadn't heard. I know that they said that they got into his safe as well. So.
Did it sound like somebody taking a shower on your side?
Sure did.
It did. I was just going to say you have a bad hiss.
It just happened once ago, a few seconds ago, and I turned down my volume and turned it back up, and it went away. Who knows? Thank you, Zoom.
Hey Scott, in all of your years working in radio and working in broadcasting and listening to music, do you ever hear that white noise and then think you hear a song inside of it?
No, aliens.
Oh, because that happens to me all the time. Like if I hear a sound for long enough, I'm like, "There's a rhythm in there. What song is that?"
Well, that's kind of scary too.
Yeah, it messes with my head.
So
I'll do that because we have a sound machine or white noise machine at night. And sometimes I'll lay there thinking, do I hear voices or is it just a sound machine?
Yeah, ghosts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. There's another headline that caught my attention kind of related to this. It says, toilet photos undercut Trump claim he never tried to flush presidential records. Do you mean they have cameras in the White House in the John?
Oh, how would you like to have
Probably.
to review those tapes?
They probably do.
Toilet photos. Huh.
Huh.
All right. New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman released photos on Monday that appear to show that former President Donald Trump tried to dispose of documents by ripping them up and placing them in toilets. Pictures which appear to back up Haberman's reporting in her forthcoming book, Confidence Man, The Making of Donald Trump and the Breaking of America, support reporting from multiple news outlets that Trump routinely ripped up documents in violation of the Presidential Records Act. Haberman obtained photos which were first published by Axios and which she also shared with Yahoo News from sources inside the former administration. Haberman wrote in a tweet on Monday, on the left is the White House toilet, the word qualified and a capital I visible. On the left, a toilet from Trump's trip overseas. And you can actually see some documents in the photos that didn't flush. I don't think I'm prepared to grab these. You guys want to see toilet documents?
I would love to.
You would love to see some toilet documents. All right. That's kind of scary. All right. Better than Scott, toilet documents.
Oh my goodness.
I'm glad it's just ripped up papers you're showing us this
All
morning.
right. Yeah. I could work on it, see if I come up with something else if you'd sooner.
Well, I would say it's kind of maybe like a whistleblower situation, right? Somebody saw him go in there and try to flush documents and went in after him and took some pictures.
Ooh.
I'm kind of wondering.
As part of the Presidential Records Act, U.S. presidents are required by law to preserve letters, emails, and work documents and transfer them to the National Archives. And that's some of the stuff they think he took to his house so that they recovered. So I'm sure there will be more juicy tidbits in the days to come. And, you know, to the people that support him, if they actually have documents, that's not a conspiracy theory. If they have paper to prove it, just saying, it's not a conspiracy theory.
Oh. Yeah, I guess he's got lots of his supporters are now protesting outside of his Mar-a-Lago home. So yeah, his supporters are pretty upset about it. So
Anne Heche, is that how you say her name? In a coma today in critical condition after a car crash last night.
Oh no.
Yeah, so sad there. She's requiring mechanical ventilation and burns that required surgical intervention. So sad stuff there. Let's see if I had. There's so many stories up about them searching his house today. It said if convicted, defendants can be fined or sentenced to prison for up to 3 years. We've never had a president go to prison.
No, nope. And we talked about even with the Nixon situation, everybody around him, or a lot of people around him, took the fall and ended up in prison or being prosecuted, and he kind of got by all of that. So, and we're seeing the same thing with Trump. A lot of the people around him are facing jail time or
already have been in and out.
Yes, yeah.
Doesn't that say something? If everybody around you's been prosecuted and proven guilty or is law now a conspiracy theory too? So, all right.
It's just interesting.
Southwest Airlines flight attendant suffered a fracture to a vertebrae in her upper back during a hard landing in California, according to federal safety investigators. National Transportation Safety Board said the impact of the landing of the plane was so hard that the flight attendant thought the plane had crashed. She felt pain in her back and neck and couldn't move. Was taken to the hospital where she was diagnosed with a broken back.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Never stand up while flying.
I guess that's pretty wild.
It is pretty wild.
Trays and seat backs and all that jazz.
Apparently it's important stuff. All right. Looking at some stuff coming up this week in Chihuahua. We're going to have the mayor on tomorrow. He's back already. We just had him on, but he's coming back because he's going to share some stuff from the new downtown strategic vision plan. We also have a big deal at the farmers market. It's the zucchini regatta. All right, always fun, and that is coming up this Friday, August 12th. Zucchini regatta.
We got to do something with all the zucchini. That's all I'm saying. You can't give them away.
Who wants to eat it?
I can't even get mine to grow. Like they get like this big, and then they shrivel up.
Huh. I bet you that tastes better than a regular zucchini. I hate that stuff. Let's see, Chihuahua Kids Festival going on Saturday, and Colville Valley Animal Sanctuary having a drive-through shot clinic and microchipping on Saturday as well. So lots of stuff going on. You can check out events always on the Chihuahua Chamber of Commerce's website there. They've got a community calendar. And it looks like one of the churches is also having worship in the park on Saturday. So busy Saturday.
Also this weekend is the Valley Fair.
Wow, there you go. I saw that Miss Carr had sent in an email, so I figured it was about the Valley Fair. How fun is that?
This weekend.
All right. I remember before the radio started, it was back like in 2010. I had a giant Suburban, and we decorated it all up for the radio station, trying to get some attention. So it was kind of fun. All right. I think that's all I had for goodies. Let's move on this morning to bits and breaks. And the first one I have, Michelle, looks like you're kind of like off to the side, so we'll go round robin. First one, 4 things you didn't know yesterday. I know she loves these. It's Michelle Williams.
All right. I didn't know this, but a park in Vancouver, British Columbia is nicknamed Dude Chilling Park because of a sculpture depicting a dude kicking back and chilling. So,
A dude.
yeah, dude. So if you're a dude and you want to chill, you know where to go.
That was easy.
The 5 space shuttles orbited Earth a combined 20,952 times over 134 flights.
Wow.
So,
I want to know how many times the space station has orbited the Earth now, because it comes by every hour and 18 minutes.
Holy moly.
Yeah, I bet you they've racked up a lot of them.
And it's fun to use that little app where you can track it. When you're outside at night, you can track it and wait for it to come around again.
That's crazy. I just envision like a little cosmonaut in there being like, I can't handle the G's. Just flying around the Earth. That's fast.
I was with a buddy, and I thought I was looking at, the first time I saw it, I thought it was a UFO or something strange. And he's like, no, idiot, that's a space station. Oh, I hate that. All right, keep going, Michelle.
Talking about things from outer space. Before settling on Amazon.com, Jeff Bezos wanted to name his online bookstore Cadabra, as in abracadabra. His attorney convinced him that this sounded a bit too much like cadaver and he should choose something else.
Cadabra.com.
This sounded a bit too
That's good. And, isn't that what's kind of happened to books anyways?
Yeah.
Kinda. Speaking of things that have gone cadaver, at its peak in 2004, Blockbuster consisted of 9,094 stores and employed approximately 84,300 people worldwide.
Whoa.
And now it's gone by the way of the dinosaur.
Right. Abracadabra, Blockbuster.
You've been abracadabraed. All right, I found a fun one this morning. It's clauses actors have written into their movie contracts. Okay. Now, bands do the same thing. They'll request ridiculous things for their green room before they go on stage.
Yeah.
Even back in the years of Chautauqua, one of the music coordinators for Chautauqua shared with me some of the crazy things that bands had asked them for. And the one that really stands out in my head was there was one band that came through that wanted 20 pairs of white socks. 20 pairs of white. Why? There's like a 5-man band. That's 10. 10 socks. What a weird one. And I imagine they're doing it. They're picking them just to see if people would do it. There was another one where they wanted a giant jar of M&Ms, but they all had to be green.
Oh,
stuff
goodness.
like that. Yeah. So when your star
Well,
shines,
I'm just thinking that the next place they played a concert, they asked for 25 pair of underwear. And that way, each time they keep, kind of stocking their drawers on the way.
they never have to wash them. Would be a good thing too. You just toss them away for the next gig.
Yeah.
I guess when your star shines bright enough, you can ask your agents to negotiate anything in your film contract. Here you go. You've heard of equal pay, but how about equal pain? Well, that's the deal that Jason Statham, Dwayne Johnson, and Vin Diesel had with producers of the Fast series. Each tough guy was to receive an equal amount of pain in scenes, and no one was to be perceived to have lost a fight.
Oh, kind of makes sense.
Apparently, Diesel thought up a sort of point system based on kicks, punches, and headbutts by which he could measure the level of a beating each one of them took, getting and dishing out.
Wow.
Ego much?
Right. Yes.
Here's the best one, I think. Samuel Jackson. He commands so much respect that he's practically in charge on any set that he's on. Not only does he refuse to do second takes when he thinks he got it the first time, but he also adds a clause in his contracts allowing him the option to play golf twice a week. Clause states that the production company must pay for it and practically carry him straight onto the golf course.
If not, he's going to call him that word he's famous for.
Right. He gets the narrator's choice award.
Uma Thurman's contract for Eloise in Paris included a clause that ensured no other actor got more favorable dressing facilities. Contract also included a minimum of a 3-bedroom hotel suite and 3 phones to use the entire duration of filming. In the end, the film was cut and never made.
I was going to say, Uma Thurman doesn't seem like she is a high enough star status to demand things like that, does it?
Yes. And I'd demand something better like cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers.
Jack Nicholson's love affair with the LA Lakers is well documented, and for years the actor has been seen courtside watching his beloved basketball team. But Nicholson was so devoted to not missing a game that when he was shooting Batman, he negotiated a condition that he was allowed extra time off filming so he could attend home games.
Oh, interesting.
Queen Latifah was making her mark on Hollywood. There was one film that inspired her to add a clause to her film contracts for the betterment of her career. After making the movie Set It Off, in which her character had an epic death scene toward the end, Queen Latifah decided she'd had enough of dying in movies, and from then on she ensured that she'd always make it into the sequel by inserting a no-death clause in future film contracts.
I tried that in real life, and I don't know if it's going to work or not.
I'm really happy about this one. Tom Cruise has insisted his likeness cannot be used for any action figures or video game characters.
Oh, thank
and
goodness.
they did that deep fake on him recently. Do you remember that? Yeah.
I really like in Family Guy, they have mini Tom Cruise. And he's Stewie's size. You know, he's as tall as a baby.
Your hiss is increasing slowly.
And like magic, I make it go away.
Good job.
All right. That started like the week before we left, and it seems like it's getting worse. I love those electronic things that you have no idea why they happen. It kind of sounds like crickets going crazy.
Something, yeah.
George Clooney wants a basketball court near his set so he and his fellow crew members can play during downtime. I guess when you're at the top of the game, you can request those kind of things. I've never been able to request anything.
Star status, Scott. I guess you don't have it.
I guess. Oh, I like the next one on your bits and breaks, and we could kind of just discuss it. Worst things at weddings. What's the worst thing you could do at a wedding, Val?
Lay a lip lock on the bride when you're not the groom?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or vice versa.
For me, when I used to DJ weddings, it was handing the microphone to any drunk uncle.
Oh, yeah.
Bad idea, always. Always. Michelle, horrible things to do at a wedding?
Walk into the wrong room by mistake. Like the dressing room.
It wasn't a mistake, though.
Oh.
All right, Val, new motherhood broken down by the numbers. All right, a lot of ladies that give birth like in the summer, right?
Right. This is from Cafe Mom, and it's a quick mathematical breakdown for new moms and possibly a stroll down memory lane for moms with older kids. We'll start with number 1, and that is the number of romantic dinners you and your partner will go out to in the first 3 months of your baby's life.
And that number is actually one time.
1, yep, number 1. Yeah. So, and I think that's actually pretty good. I don't know if I made it out within the first 3 months of the babies. Number 15. And this is the number of times you will look at your phone at said romantic dinner for a text or missed call from the person watching your baby.
So you can't enjoy it at all.
Exactly. 23, which is the number of times you will mention your baby at dinner.
I hope she's okay.
Exactly. 2, which is the number of times you will watch a video of your baby on your phone at dinner. Why do you even bother going out with your husband if that's all you're going to do?
Exactly.
7, which is the number of times you will check to see if your baby is breathing in the first week of bringing him or her home. Now, that's just not during that first week. It's per day. 7
do
times
that
per
to
day,
me
you're
all
going to
the
make
time.
sure your baby. Well, that's because you're sitting so still for so long that nobody knows for sure.
Is he napping? Is he dead?
2, which is the number of times you will Google something pertaining to your baby each day during the first month.
Okay.
Oh, good old Dr. Google. Number 3, which is the number of loads of laundry you will do each day. Holy cow. I suppose, especially if you're doing, cloth diapers instead of disposable.
So if you're doing cloth diapers, do you just throw away the washing machine when the baby's big enough? I'm sorry, I'd want 2 washing machines.
No kidding. I did not do cloth diapers, had no desire to do cloth diapers. No. I will mess up the environment. I'm not doing that. 45, which
Okay.
is the number of pictures you will take of your child each day.
Wow.
At least your firstborn.
After the first one. You know what's really strange about that number? It's the same number of pictures that Val posts on Facebook of her cats.
Well, they're my fur babies.
We make jokes that Val posts more pictures of her cats than she ever did of the children.
Well, it's because Facebook wasn't a thing when they were young and cute. 0, the number of naps you will take each day when your baby is sleeping because there's just too much stuff that needs to be done.
Oh.
Which, stuff like look at all the pictures and videos you took and then post them on Facebook. 245, number of times you will kiss your baby each and every day.
Oh, I bet that's annoying.
I bet. Kind of like when I kiss my cats that many times. They're not impressed.
It is the same number, but I'm bummed.
3, which is the number of times each night you will check the volume on the monitor to make sure it's working.
Mm-hmm.
2 left. Are you ready? 125, which is the number of times per day that you will say things like, "Who's that baby? Who's a pretty girl?" in a voice just like that.
Which is the same thing you say to your
Say
baby.
to my cats. Exactly. Gosh, I didn't realize the similarities till right now.
Yes, it's horrible.
Yeah. And 300, which is the number of times every day you will look at your baby and think to yourself, "I'm so glad we did this."
Aww.
Aw. Wow. And I think it's more like, what in the world was I thinking?
That's by kid number 4.
Oh no! We suck again!
Oh.
How many kids you got, Michelle?
5.
All right, sorry, that was for you then.
Oh no! We suck again!
Yeah, if I had a wife with 5 kids.
When I think of the time and the money I've wasted on your training, and you still turn out to be a blithering idiot, you're an utter failure. You make me sick.
That's why I'm not married.
Wow. Yeah, I was going to say, wow.
Wow.
I mean, wow.
Wow. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
It took me that many times to get a boy. My poor son, he's like swimming in an ocean of estrogen. He's just surrounded by sisters.
I've always thought because I had a wife and 3 girls at one time, 4 girls at one time, and I was looking, I couldn't find it in here. I wanted testosterone potpourri.
I bet that stinks.
Actually, it smells like sweat and beer.
Yeah,
I was going to say stinky feet.
All right, quit your job in 5 words. Nobody puts babies in cubicles. I can no longer adult.
Oh, good one.
This is for you, Val. Reply all was a mistake. Sorry, nearly died of boredom.
Okay.
I refuse to wear pants.
Leg prisons.
Leg prisons. I like that. And my personal favorite, I've used this when I quit many jobs. Sorry, I'm out for eternity leave. All right, Val, back to you for dogs versus wives. I should have almost done that one, huh?
Oh, I thought it was Michelle's turn.
Is it Michelle's turn? Okay, sorry. Michelle.
It's always my turn when it has anything to do with married or wives.
Sorry.
Okay.
So these are reasons why men will have 2 dogs but never 2 wives. And it's from Michelle.
I'm sure Scott will agree with, well, wait, no, he doesn't have any dogs or wives.
But I'm open.
Yeah.
Touche, Michelle.
As
touche.
long as you don't have a dog on a kayak.
Yeah.
No dogs on kayaks. I hate that picture. It's all over dating sites. Women, and this is just a call to all women to stop it. The shot of your knees down to your feet to the end of the kayak. It's pointless. No one wants to see that. It's not flattering. Just stop.
Maybe it's just a stock photo they all use.
No, because there's different dogs sometimes on the ends of the kayaks.
Oh, okay.
But it could be the same lady with dirty feet.
And there you go.
It always makes me want to wash my eyes. Sorry, just another Scott pet peeve.
All right.
All right.
This might be some reasons, too, why the women prefer the dogs. The later you are, the more excited your dogs are to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs don't notice if you call them by another dog's name. Dogs like it if you leave a lot of things on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And dogs' parents never visit. Dogs agree that you have to raise your voice to get your point across.
Yes.
And dogs like to do their snooping outside rather than in your wallet or desk. Dogs also find you amusing when you're drunk.
That's the best one.
And dogs like to go hunting and fishing.
Mm-hmm.
And kayaking.
A dog will not wake you up at night to ask, if I died, would you get another dog? Holy moly, do women really do that?
Yes, I've seen it on TV.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you had it happen to you 3 times.
Yes, that too.
Here we go. A dog will let you put a studded collar on it without calling you a pervert. And if a dog smells another dog on you, they don't get mad. They just think it's interesting.
Oh, sometimes they get mad.
Yeah. And dogs like to ride in the back of a pickup truck. And Scott, if a dog decides to leave you, it won't take half your stuff.
Oh, those are pretty good. I wish I would have done them.
Those were good.
Also, dogs don't get upset when you say this to them.
I order you to be quiet.
My dog just doesn't listen.
I was going to say, yeah, that's a problem there.
All right. A fun one for Val. This is what workers share how they get back at rude customers.
Don't you have one of these stories, though, about a friend of yours who was being obnoxious and the cashier told him, boy, puberty is heck, isn't it?
And I had one time who was just, he could tell he had a new waitress and he was just messing with her and acting irritated even though he wasn't. And at one point when she came up and she brought the waters, like at the very beginning, that was his first attack where he demanded to know where the water came from.
Oh, what a jerk.
And the girl's just all confused. Huh? And she said, the faucet? And he goes, I mean before the faucet.
Oh,
That's like when I went into Zips in Chewy with her one time, and there was a new girl working the till, and when we were making our order, she's really hunting for it, and I'm the last one to put in the order, and I asked her for a Whopper, and she stared at that keyboard for a good 20 seconds looking for the button that said Whopper. And then she just looked at me with the evil eye, like, you're not funny. But I did get her to look for the Whopper button.
Oh boy. All right. This person worked at a movie theater during college. Rude customer equals 1 cup filled to the brim with ice before the soda, and lots of broken popcorn kernels from the bottom of the bin.
Ooh, scoop it.
Somebody said, I worked at a nail salon. If one of the customers was complaining about the wait, I would use as little glue as possible on their fake nails. Only problem there is they'll be back sooner to continue to be rude to you.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a good choice or not. As a server, sometimes when rude customers ask for butter, I gave them, even though I have room temperature butter right there, because I know the cold butter will rip up their bread. Oh. Now every time I get cold butter, I'm going to wonder if she thought I was rude.
Yeah.
All right. I underblend their smoothies so the little chunks block their straws. Now that is pure evil.
Oh, man.
As a deli worker, when a customer is being a Karen, I'll squish the cheese together after I slice it so it's impossible to separate later.
I feel so sorry for all women named Karen.
Named Karen?
Yeah. It's got to be rough. And there's not like a way you could twist it. It's not like a Kathy or a Kathleen. You can't, Caroline.
Right.
There's no way to kind of change your name to get away from it. And surprisingly, if you take pictures of all Karens, they start to look alike.
It's terrible. Like they've gotten so bad that you can't even get a short haircut anymore. Like all summer long, I've been wanting to cut my hair short, and all my daughters, you'll look like a Karen. I don't care what I look like. It's hot. Like, I just want to cut my hair.
I didn't get that note because I whacked mine off yesterday. So.
I want to whack mine like short, like chin length.
I did a horrible thing. I was saving every time there was a Karen on a dating site. I screenshotted her, and I had a collage of Karens.
Did they all have short hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's like a stigma. I can't even cut my hair now. Thanks.
Sorry.
I mean, hot forever.
It's okay, Karen.
You're lucky you're a nation away.
I wonder how many Karens just tuned out the radio. Sorry.
Exactly. You'll be getting nasty comments on Facebook.
I know. It's just a joke. We'll do anything for a joke, okay?
No, it's great.
Anything.
It's great
I love
because
you,
it's funny
Karen.
when we can. It's funny when we can pick on Scott to make the joke, but sometimes, we can't always do that.
I missed it too. There was a drop-in on a TV show I was watching. I never like looked at what time it was so I could go back and get it. But it said you can never trust a Scott. It's like, I hadn't heard that before. But sounds true.
Wait till you have a Scott that's a Gemini, and then it really gets bad.
Ooh, all right.
You're hissing.
Gemini.
No, you're hissing. You have a leak.
I have a leak. This is somebody that says, shout out to all the servers. For rude customers, we crop dust. Especially if it's a busy and loud, the music's going, they definitely won't hear you. We crop dust.
Oh.
Oh, that's pretty disgusting.
And all those times I thought it was Brad.
Can you imagine?
You were like, I don't remember farting.
Go out to get a cheeseburger and come home with pink eye.
Because you asked for a Whopper.
Yeah, you got a Whopper, all right.
Last one is I was working at the hotel bar. This one guy was just so rude and a huge you-know-what. So when his card was declined, I went back to the table and said it loud enough for everyone to hear.
It's a moment of victory.
Hey, Scott, your card was declined. Like that.
You really just like that.
Surprise, surprise. Good job, Val. All right. I'm really scared about that crop dusting thing, though. All right, this is something we can all discuss. By the way, you're listening to KCHW Chihuahua. Thank you very much. What really small things excite you? So I got a list of them, and then I'll see if there's some small things that excite you. This one person wrote a really, really good pen. And I will say that I'm out right now, but every time I steal someone's G2 pen, you know the G2s?
Oh, yeah,
pens?
yeah, my favorites.
Yeah, those are my that makes me really happy. So I get that. Waking up
And
thinking,
I'm out right now. I need to put that on my list for Costco. We're out of them, and it's like, who wants to use a regular ballpoint anymore?
well, just keep asking everywhere you go if you can borrow a pen till you get one and swipe it. Right. It's another small thing that makes me happy.
Swipe or no swiping.
Yeah. I worked at a nightclub DJing for years, and this one club I worked at too, the bartenders, busy place, they had a thing about stealing lighters. It was back when you could still smoke, because I'm old. And when you'd sit down, people put their lighter and their cigarettes on the bar counter, and then bartenders like to light your cigarette. That's a thing. So what they would do is when you grabbed your pack and you pulled out a cigarette, they'd reach over and they'd grab your lighter and light your cigarette. And then instead of putting your lighter back on the counter, they'd put it in their pocket. But they'd keep an eye on you. So every time you went for a cigarette, they were right there with the lighter to light it for you.
Oh.
They had swiped your light. So at the end of the night after the bar closed, when they were done counting their tips, they would both empty all the lighters out of their pockets, and the one with the most lighters had to give the other one $20. And it was a nightly deal, and I'm not kidding you. No one in that bar ever hurt for a lighter because there was so many lighters going.
Evil.
They wouldn't steal a Zippo or something. They, they'd be like, "Did you see that one guy's Zippo? Yeah, I really wanted it, but I couldn't take it." So they only stole Bics. So they really weren't committing too much of a crime there. But every night they'd have pockets full of lighters. Pretty crazy.
Wow. Oh, wow.
All right, let's see. You wake up thinking it's time to wake up, but it's actually only 1 a.m, and you still have hours to go. There's a small thing that really makes people happy.
That makes me happy, too. Well, when I was working. Now it's because the cats woke me up, and it doesn't make me happy at all.
Oh. I woke up 2 hours before my alarm went off, and I was so happy that I still had 2 hours of sleep. All right. So this person says, when I let someone merge in front of me and get the wave of appreciation return, that is a feel-good moment.
Yeah, I like it.
And an irritation moment when you let them in and they don't. This one's for Val. Getting a package from Amazon in the mail.
Don't know if that's such a little thing, but yes, it does make me happy.
Walking by the exhaust of an apartment complex while someone is doing laundry and getting a whiff of toasty dryer sheet scented air.
Or barbecue smell if they're barbecuing something.
I'm not biting off on the dryer exhaust because those kind of things make me wheezy. You can't set off, and I don't like that. Anything chemically, bad.
I don't think could ever say I would be happy about smelling someone else's laundry anyway. That's kind of creepy.
Let's see. Underwear, socks, and a couple shirts. The first day when you wake up, go outside and feel autumn in the air.
Oh. Yeah.
Only if I have enough firewood already.
So what other small things excite you? Anything, ladies?
I will share one, but it's going to make me sound really OCD because I am a little OCD, but it always makes me happy. So I have my pill box that I fill once a week. And if I grab
you're an old lady already then.
I am. If I grab a handful of pills and it comes out exactly the right number of pills, I don't know. I'm just that freak that likes, it's like, yes, they came out exactly.
14 days and 28 pills.
Exactly.
Right. Or like if you're at the store and it comes out to an even number, like an even dollar amount exactly with no change. Things like that. Yeah. I hear you there.
Okay, good. I'm not too strange then. Or strangeness loves company.
Right.
I don't know if it qualifies a small thing, but I always get excited when I see somebody else get splashed by the car in the mud puddle.
That's just because you're mean.
That's just your sadistic type of personality, Scott.
You're
Even if you have to go around the block 3 times to make it happen to that person on the sidewalk, you do it.
You're just ornery. Just ornery.
It's a small thing when it times out, and the puddle's there, and the people are too.
Well, and as cat owners, I think one of the things we get small pleasures out of is when your cat gives you a head bump. A little thing that makes you really happy.
Unless they're radioactive.
Right. I like it when I'm driving through Spokane and I hit the light just right so that the Metro bus is behind me instead of in front of me.
Oh, that's a good one.
Nice. I call that traffic luck.
Oh.
I get it every now and then. It actually, one of my exes used to get angry because I would have so much traffic luck. Like if she was driving the RV and she wanted to pull out into traffic, she'd like have to wait forever and be all stressed about it. Where I could pull up to an intersection or out of a parking lot and there'd be no cars coming in either direction, and I just pull out. And I notice sometimes when I hit Spokane, I'll do that where I hit all the lights green, and I'd be like, "Ooh, traffic luck day."
We had that happen recently. We made it all the way up Division without hitting a red light. We really should have gone and bought a lotto ticket, but it was like the first time that it ever in my life happened. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Write it on the calendar.
Exactly.
Let's see. I think that's all I had for those. Any other things that excite you? Really small things.
I can't think of any right now, I guess. You know what excites me a lot? Is when the bug zapper gets a mosquito.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All the way. 110%.
Just a little thing that makes me so happy.
You know what excites me a lot? When I see a person that's shorter than me.
Doesn't happen very often unless they're 10 years old, but it still excites him.
Yeah. The last one was Michelle, and that was like almost a year ago the first time I met her.
Laugh it up, Chuckles.
I mean, like babies and things, kids, that doesn't count. So
I like when I come back from vacation and I walk in and I'm so happy with myself because I remembered to clean before I left.
Oh.
I hate coming home from vacation and there's then you have to clean your house because you're in a hurry when you left, like when you go camping or something and everything's just everywhere. Oh, I freak out.
And I always clean my house before we leave. Well, for that reason as well. But for the other is Brad's mom always comes over to, take care of the animals and stuff. And I just cannot let her walk in my house and have it as a disaster.
But you remember?
I clean so my mother-in-law doesn't think I'm a pig.
You remember when your kids were younger, what it was like anytime you wanted to go anywhere and the kids are like last minute they have to go find this thing and then you come walking back in unexpectedly to a living room full of dressers tipped over or something. You know what I mean? Just stuff everywhere because they're looking for this one random pair of sunglasses. Ugh.
I always cleaned up because when my mom came to feed the cat, I didn't want her rummaging through my stuff again. Just kidding, Mom.
He left this out. He must want me to put it away for him.
Yes. It's okay when she does the laundry, though. I was okay with that. I was like in my 30s, and Mom was still doing my laundry.
Ooh, that's another good one, though. Like when you're doing the laundry and you find money in someone's pocket. That makes me really happy.
Nice. So you don't give it to, if you're doing laundry and you find a $5 in your kid's pocket, you keep it?
It's mine. I did your laundry. Mom fee. Sorry.
That's right.
Keep track of your stuff.
That's the fee you pay because Mom had to do your laundry.
All right.
It's one of those educational moments. Learn how to keep track of your stuff.
Exactly. Life lesson right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got some questions for you, for both of you. I guess we could just start. It's not really trivia, so we'll wait. These are random conversation starters. If you could take a pill instead of sleeping, would you do it?
No, I would not. I like to sleep.
Yeah, I like to sleep too, and I do believe they have that as an option. It's just highly frowned upon.
It's not a pill. That's a line.
Oh. Well,
What do you think is the most? This is a tough one. Who is the most underrated person in history?
Oh, I don't know if I can even come up with an answer for that.
Nikolai Tesla.
Oh. Okay. Huh. All right. Who's the most overrated person in history?
I choose not to answer on the grounds that will lose more listeners.
So what you're saying is he used to be president.
Yes.
I would counter that with our sitting president.
The two most overrated people in history. We could even back up and take there's several presidents we could take over the past 20 years.
No kidding. No kidding.
I'm still waiting.
I think professional athletes are really, yes. Yeah.
Especially baseball players. And now I'm going to make baseball fans mad. But I've never seen so many out-of-shape guys playing a sport where they make millions of dollars and they have a beer belly. Why is it okay to have a beer belly in baseball?
Because you don't have to run very far for very long.
I guess. You don't have to work out. I don't get it.
It's what happened when they made them all stop chewing.
I don't know.
They got fatter.
Yeah, nicotine suppresses your appetite.
Oh, all right. Let them chew again because I just hate seeing all those bellies. It don't make sense. All right. Is it better to be stupid and happy or smart and sad?
Gosh, I almost have to go with the smart and sad.
Michelle?
You know, I've seen a lot of both.
That is a hard one.
It is a hard one.
I'm going to go with stupid and happy because it's worked so far.
And your stupidness isn't affecting you at all. It's only the other people around you that you're making sad.
Right. And I've racked up 10 almost Darwin awards.
You should write a book.
I did. All the ways I almost killed myself. All right. How can you be sure that other people actually exist?
Okay.
We're all in the Matrix.
Yeah. Let's not go singularity on it. That's pretty far down the rabbit hole.
Okay, sorry. Do you think you could be trusted with absolute power?
They always say absolute power corrupts absolutely. I don't know that I'd want absolute power, but I think I would do better than some.
Are we talking about legislative power or Thor?
We're talking omnipotence, like God. Anything you want.
It would be really hard not to smite people. Some of them deserve to be smote.
But if you had absolute power, you wouldn't have to smite them. You could just be you could just make suggestions and they'd smite themselves.
You're just going to be stupid and happy.
That's what I was going to say. I think I'd be okay with it because I'm stupid and happy. All right. If you could resurrect one historical figure, who would it be?
Jesus. Me, it'd be Buddha.
Mr. Spock.
I like it.
Let's see, would you prefer to understand every language or talk to the animals?
Ooh, animals all the way.
Animals.
Animals, totally. Who needs all those other languages?
Yeah, I got Google Translate.
I was getting catfished, and that's what she used as an excuse for why she didn't want to talk on the phone is because she doesn't speak English. And I said, well, you type it really fine. And you could just tell it wasn't Babel, the translator. I think that's what it's called.
Right.
You could tell it wasn't Babel.
Because it never gets it right.
Yeah, there's always some kind of mess up where this is perfect English. I was like, yeah, okay. All right. But I was bored, so I let her catfish me for another hour.
Yeah, I'm sure you had fun messing with her, just like you do to the telemarketers that call you.
I do. I really like to play with them. Best is still, though, the one that was going around Chihuahua where they were telling you owed the IRS and they were coming to arrest you. So I went in the studio and I called them back because they had left a message on the radio phone. And I called them back and I totally messed with her. I told her, I acted like I knew her. I said, I talked to your mom yesterday. She's so mad at you. And she kind of blows it off at first. And I keep saying, your mom is really upset. And within like a minute, and I wouldn't let her get anything out, I had this woman wanting to know why her mom was so upset. It was hilarious. And then I played it on the radio, which was even better. I got a couple pats on the back at the post office. And she's breaking down, what's wrong with my mom? Why is she so upset? And she goes, because she has a daughter that's such a creep and tries to swindle people. Click. I don't know if I got through to her, but I tried.
You tried.
I tried to do the right thing for her.
The effort was fun.
It was awesome, and so's this gonna be.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Today, chick fight.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Do you ladies find me offensive at times?
Listen, you're my brother. I've kind of gotten immune.
Oh, good. Some people listening on the radio might not be, though, so I'll apologize in advance. All right, trivia questions for the ladies. First one, a third of men say they never use this common product.
Deodorant.
Yes, wow. Val comes out of the gate and smashes it in Michelle's face. Wow.
As long as it's not moldy.
All right, you're on a safari photo shoot when suddenly you're being chased by a crash. Why should you be afraid?
Chased by a
crash.
What?
A crash.
It's rhinos.
How do you know that?
I don't know, because I would think, what would be chasing you that would make that crashing sound as it came at you? I guess I was going with that.
Wow. Here, Val.
Well, the jerk store called, and they're running out of you.
11% of women admit they've forgotten this.
Forgotten this.
Their anniversary?
Yes, Michelle sneaks in, slams it in Val's face. I told you, chick fight. All right. I'll quit now. 4 things. I'm going to describe 4 unrelated things or places or people. The first begins with the letter F. The second begins with O, and so on. You got it? Scream it out if you know it. All right? You got to spell the word for. Where the Eiffel Tower is located?
France.
Something that's in your way.
Obstacle.
Ooh. Which one of you was that?
That was foul.
All right. Forks, knives, and spoons.
Utensils.
A stage of medical training done in a hospital or clinic. It's a tough one.
Oh, you're resident.
There you go. Residency, but I'll take resident. All right. Good job, ladies. Some more. Yeah, I know you want more. For 20 consecutive years, the people of China have consumed more of this than any other country. The U.S. is second, and Brazil is third.
Is it as simple as rice?
No, it's a beverage.
Coffee.
Oh.
No.
Ooh.
Sake.
No, 20 consecutive years, people of China have consumed more of this than any other country. U.S. is second, Brazil is third.
Is it tea?
Oh, tea?
Here's your hint. I can't believe Germany didn't make the list.
Beer.
Yes, beer. All right, so you guys got to spy the lie now. A brown bear can run faster than a horse at full gallop. The first movie star to appear on a postage stamp was Marilyn Monroe. And each day, the average person expels between 1 and 3 pints of farts.
I'm going to say the bear.
You choose the bear, Val?
Oh, gosh. I'm going to say the Marilyn Monroe.
And that is the correct answer. That was our lie. It was Grace Kelly, the first movie star to appear on a postage stamp. And I'd like to add to that story, I'm up to 4 pints.
And the day has just started.
Yeah, and that was just before 7. Which came first, the potato chip or the tortilla chip?
I'll go with potato.
Michelle?
Yeah, probably.
You guys are both right. 1853, tortilla chip, not till the 1940s. The computer mouse or the computer touchpad?
The mouse.
What'd you say?
I'll just be different and go with. I'll be different and go with the touchpad.
All right, Michelle said mouse. You say touchpad. Computer mouse 63, touchpad 88.
Okay.
All right. Tom Hanks or Tom Cruise? Which came first?
As far as when they
Hanks.
started their career, or when they were just their age.
I'll
go Tom Hanks.
All right, Michelle.
I said Tom Hanks twice. You just couldn't hear me.
Oh, you're getting stepped on. 56 for Tom Hanks. You guys are both right. Tom Cruise was 62. And it really bothers me that Tom Cruise was born 4 years earlier than me, and he's in such better shape. I hate that guy.
I knew it.
All right. Oh, this is a tough one. Tough. Play-Doh or the Etch-a-Sketch?
Ooh.
I am going to say Etch-a-Sketch.
Since I can make Play-Doh in my kitchen, I'm going to guess that even unofficially, Play-Doh probably came first.
You are right, Michelle. 1956 for Play-Doh and the Etch-a-Sketch 1959. All right. So which means, Val, when we were children, the Etch-a-Sketch was a new toy.
I remember wanting one really badly and then getting it and going, this really isn't that fun.
It wasn't fun at all. Can you imagine how much money they made out of Etch-a-Sketches? They still sell them. And it's not really a fun toy.
It's like it's like a toy that an architect would get for their child. You know?
An architect that doesn't know how to build anything round.
Right.
Yeah. All right, we're going to break, and we will be back with the second half of our show. Hope you'll stay with us. We're on Facebook and YouTube this morning. Also, our website, always there, too, with the live video, and on KCHW 102.7. We'll be right back.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah.
Your KCHW morning show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast for August the 9th, 2022. I'm Mike Clifford. The FBI executed a search warrant on Monday at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Palm Beach, Florida, the former president confirmed to CNN. Trump declined to say why the FBI agents were at Mar-a-Lago, but the former president said the raid was unannounced and they even broke into my safe. CNN quotes Trump as saying, "My beautiful home in Palm Beach, Florida is currently under siege, raided, and occupied by a large group of FBI agents." They note that Trump was not in Florida at the time of the raid. The Justice Department declined to comment, as did the White House. Now to Albuquerque, a city thrown into the national spotlight after the ambush-like shootings of 4 Muslim men, 3 in the past 2 weeks, prompting President Biden to express outrage over what appears to be hate crimes.
The nation's largest nonprofit Muslim civil rights group, the Council on American Islamic Relations, is offering a $10,000 reward to anyone who can provide information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for the killings. Ibrahim Huber, the Council's National Communications Director, says the first killing last November seemed random, but that's clearly not the case.
It's just unprecedented that you would have these attacks over now more than 9-month period. Always in these cases, somebody knows something, and they just need an incentive to come forward.
The most recent homicide occurred late Friday night. I'm Roz Brown.
Albuquerque has already recorded 75 homicides this year. It's a comparable number to 2021. That was the city's deadliest year on record. Early education in New York needs more support and better resources. That's according to a new report.
The Annie E. Casey Foundation's Kids Count databook found in the last decade, the number of kids ages 3 and 4 not in school remained the same at 41%. Rose Schufelt with Child Care Council, Inc. feels there are some options to help kids get the early start they need to succeed. One suggestion she has is that kids get good quality child care early.
Even parent supports and parent trainings, those types of things would be helpful. We have to start early, and we have to get high-quality early childhood providers the tools that they need to be able to provide those supports.
Schufelt feels early literacy programs, which Child Care Council supports, can be effective for kids early. The need is being reflected by the number of 4th graders not proficient in reading declining 2% from 2009. The report also found the number of 8th graders not proficient in math remained the same over the last decade. I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
This is PNS. The U.S. Senate has passed a bill that could dramatically reduce prescription drug prices for older Americans.
The Inflation Reduction Act includes investments of nearly $370 billion in programs to reduce the effects of climate change, as well as changes aimed at capping prescription drug costs. Provisions in the bill would allow Medicare to negotiate drug prices with pharmaceutical companies and cap insulin copays at $35 a month for people with Medicare Part D. Kathy McCall with AARP Washington says there are other important parts as well.
It caps out-of-pocket prescription drug prices on Medicare Part D to $2,000 each year, which is going to be a huge financial relief to a lot of older Americans who pay so much more than that for their prescription drugs and continue to live. That's outrageous.
McCall believes there's a lot to celebrate in the Inflation Reduction Act. I'm Eric Tegedoff reporting.
And children's advocacy groups are sounding the alarm about the mental health struggles facing kids in Vermont.
The 2022 Kids Count databook released today highlights how children across the nation are struggling with anxiety and depression at unprecedented levels. Sarah Teal with Voices for Vermont's Children says data shows that between 2016 and 2020, the number of Vermont children ages 3 to 17 experiencing these issues rose by 40% to 19.2%.
The trends that predated the pandemic have gotten worse in terms of just the experiences that young people are having. And we need to look at ways to bring mental health supports to children where they are.
Teal says that in Vermont's most recent Youth Risk Behavior Survey, 31% of high school students reported feeling sad or hopeless almost every day for at least 2 weeks in a row in 2018. Mary Sherman reporting.
The data book ranked Vermont 5th among states for overall child well-being. Finally, Mike Moen tells us restaurant workers have been fleeing the industry throughout what many call the Great Resignation.
The Restaurant Opportunity Centers United has been working to develop the Restaurant Workers' Bill of Rights. It seeks to provide livable wages, better access to health care, a safe work environment, and participation in governance. Justin Taylor, a restaurant worker and member of Rock United's Minnesota chapter, feels it's a comprehensive approach to long-standing issues.
I definitely think that this will be a fantastic way to fight the injustices that the restaurant workers have seen for a real long time now.
The proposal will be introduced to Congress in September, and organizers say months of outreach to restaurant workers across the U.S. helped determine what should go into the bill. Minnesota has seen nearly 20,000 people leave their establishments for different jobs.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Heard on great radio stations, your favorite podcast platform, and find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
And just that fast, we're back. Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Looking at 8:36, we ran a little long because we're all full of hot air. All right. Welcome back to part 2 of your KCHW morning show.
Fast relief of everyday itch. Use as directed.
That's right. If you've got a little itch, no matter where it is, we can help. Sure.
I'm an ointment.
All right, Michelle, do you have that community calendar with those local birthdays on it for us this morning? I don't hear Michelle.
I'm here.
Okay. And then she disappeared from the camera for a second. All right. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay.
All right. Happy birthday today to Mackenzie Stout, Aaron Graybeal, James Culverwell, and Quentin Smith, and happy anniversary to Bob and Shelley Beto and Paul and Carmen Hartel.
All right, can we back up a day and do Monday as well before you throw that thing?
No, it's in the past. Just
never
kidding.
go backwards.
Just kidding. So if you're another year and a day older today, happy birthday yesterday to Campbell Kersey, Terry Henches, Bruce Stumpf, and Christine Chalmers.
There you go. Big round of applause all the way around. You know them, you love them, tell them we were talking about on the radio, but never tell them what we said.
That's right.
Val, a little celebrity birthday for us. How about that?
I will do that. Today is comedian David Steinberg's 80th birthday. Sam Elliott turns 78. Melanie Griffith is 65. Amanda Burse, who was in Married with Children, is 64. Rapper Curtis Blow is 63. Fashion designer Michael Kors is 63 as well. Today's co-host Hoda Kotb is 58. Former NFL star Deion Sanders, 55 today. Gillian Anderson, Scott knows what she played in. That would be the X-Files. She is, redhead. Scott likes redheads, so yeah. She's 54.
All right.
About right age there for you, Scott.
I know. She won't return my calls, though.
Eric Bana, is that right? Bana?
Yes.
From Star Trek and the Hulk is 54. Chris Como, 52 today. Kevin McKidd, who is in Grey's Anatomy, is 49. Jessica Capshaw, also from Grey's Anatomy and The Practice. I'm having trouble with anatomy today. She is 46. Ashley Johnson from What Women Want is 39. Dan Levy from that Creek show that everybody likes.
He's like, no.
A $17,000 fine in the name of a television show. Wow.
Dan is 39. He is a funny dude. And Anna Kendrick from Pitch Perfect and Twilight is 37 today.
So here's one thing I've never got my entire life. What is women's obsession with Sam Elliott, and why?
You know, he is just, I guess he's just kind of one of those people you think is just that real manly man or something like that. Rugged, good looking.
The bass.
Yeah, there's just some, oh yes, the voice. And the voice is definitely a factor in that.
Yeah. Michelle?
He's a cowboy. And then, the bass undertones in his voice.
Yep, I get that.
All right, my reasons are totally different, but
I would hope so.
Please share. Do share, Scott.
No, that was a joke. Jokey joke.
Jokey McJoke face.
Yes, it happened today. I like to call it history, and we're going to start off in 1936. It was the Summer Olympics in Berlin, Germany. Doesn't sound fun at all, does it? Jesse Owens won his 4th gold medal, becoming the first American to win 4 medals in one Olympic game. Wow.
I'm confused. Do they have summer in Germany?
No, I don't. That's why I was like, who wants to really visit Germany? You can't go for the weather. You have to go for the beer.
Yeah.
It's always October in Germany.
Yes. Belgium.
1944, United States Forest Service and the Wartime Advertising Council released posters featuring Smokey the Bear for the first time.
That was a long time ago when they started that.
1944. In 1974, as a direct result of the Watergate scandal, Richard Nixon became the first president of the United States to resign from office. His vice president, Gerald Ford, became president. And there's been so many presidents since then we wish would resign. Like right now, please. Yeah. 1991, during a barnyard scene in Indiana, director Penny Marshall temporarily halted filming the movie A League of Their Own when a cow went into labor.
Holy cow.
Breaking news.
1995, we're undergoing a drug rehab. Grateful Dead leader Jerry Garcia died of a heart attack at age 53. He was so upset there was no drugs.
Yeah, withdrawals are a killer.
1999, 14-year-old Ryan Tripp of Beaver, Utah, finished mowing the lawn at the Hawaii State Capitol and announced his retirement. He had mowed the lawns at all 50 state capitals except Alaska, where the capital had no lawn. So he mowed the governor's house.
I love that. He announced his retirement.
Yes. It'd be funnier if he mowed the governor's house down. All right. 2012, Usain Bolt became the first person to win the 100-meter and the 200-meter sprint in back-to-back Olympics. Wow. And then 2017, a giant inflatable chicken resembling Donald Trump was placed outside the White House as a political protest.
I can still picture it.
And 2021, a herd of 14 elephants returning home from a 300-mile trek across China led authorities to evacuate 150,000 people out of their path. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. I remember that.
I'm going to remember that the next time I think we have traffic problems.
What if it was 14 elephants? All right. Special events for today from Michelle Williams.
All right. Today is Book Lovers Day, just in case they haven't abracadavered.
Yeah. You're going to have to go to the library because you can't buy one.
Right. International Day of the World's Indigenous People.
Nice.
Hand-holding Day.
Aww.
But I don't know anybody here. I still haven't made a friend.
It might be a little weird to hold your daughter's hand, but you could hold Mooch's paw.
Yeah, she ain't going for that. But she's radioactive still. What are you doing, Val? Yeah.
Poor Scott. His only friend is radioactive.
No, Ron posted from Hawaii, and he's not radioactive. He's just so far away.
You can't hold his hand. Oh my gosh, it's like the dawning of a new Goosebumps book. The radioactive cat.
Oh.
Okay. So back in Germany or wherever it's from, it's Polka Day.
Oh my gosh, that is the worst. You know, sometimes I've thought of when they get the twangy bluegrass music as being the worst, but by far it's polka. Val, do you remember taking trips in the motorhome?
Oh yeah.
And do you remember the name of the band on Dad's only 8-track?
I actually don't, but I remember it being played to the point that us kids wanted to stick an ice pick in our ears.
It was the Shimoleski's. I'll never forget.
The Shimoleski's.
Shimoleski's. Dad's only 8-track, and anytime we were taking a trip, it got played nonstop.
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, yeah.
So your dad was the only person on the planet that likes polka?
Yes.
Okay.
It certainly felt like it to us kids.
You know, when you hear Mexican music, it really sounds a lot like polka.
Mm-hmm.
It does. Just saying. All right.
I could do the two-step and the waltz. I never could master a polka.
Oh, there's a special dance for that?
There is.
Huh. Is it as obnoxious as the music?
Yeah, yeah.
Or is that one of those ones that you do the clog stompy stuff to?
No, it was similar, kind of somewhere between a waltz and a two-step, if I remember right, but lots more hopping around.
What was that? Stupid and happy?
Yeah.
All right, well, if you're not into polka, it's also rice pudding day.
Ooh. I'd like to see some people eat rice pudding while polka-ing.
Polka-ing?
Is that a word? Polka-ing?
I don't know.
Polkish.
Doing the polka.
All right, back to Val for the number of the day.
It is 234, and that is the median range in miles of a 2021 model electric car. In comparison, the median range of a gas-powered car is 403 miles.
Wow. I was so happy. It's the first car I've had in probably a decade that gets good gas mileage. And on my trip, I got 37 miles to the gallon.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
I pushed it half the way, but...
How many miles to the gallon did you get, Scott?
Yeah, I got like 2.
Good thing your gas is cheaper.
I am totally amazed, though, my trip for the week, all the electric cars I've seen, they're starting to pop up everywhere. And I have yet to see an electric car on the side of the road.
You know, it's just going to be interesting to see if the places to charge cars becomes as readily available. And how fast does it charge? If you run out of a charge along the way, how much longer do you need for it to charge up?
Really, really hope that they keep backups, in case we ever have like a catastrophic power outage.
An EMP?
Oh, no, not even an EMP. Just like, we have power outages can be caused by anything, like just a regular power outage, not like an attack or anything. Just you're going to be out of power for a few days, the lines went down, or windstorm or snowstorm or earthquake or whatever, and then what do you do?
I don't know if it was real, but I saw, and I have a feeling it wasn't, but I saw a video online. I didn't delve into it, but it was a guy who his electric car had died and he'd pulled his generator out of the back of his car and was charging the car with his gasoline generator. Guessing it was a joke? I don't know.
I don't know.
But I've seen places where businesses have like regular plug-ins outside and they have signs, "Please do not use this to charge your electric car." I'm like, I don't think it's even the same plug, but apparently...
Be awesome if it was. What kind of adapter is that?
Right. Apparently it's a problem because there's signs. I've seen in more than one location, I've seen these signs.
Huh. That'd be great if you come up with some adapters so you can just jack into anybody's outlet. Just saying.
Unless it was your outlet being jacked into, Scott.
Oh, my Lanta.
Let's just move on.
Yeah. Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing.
Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
I'll share a portion of my winning lottery ticket if one of you can give me this correct answer. Who are the scariest people on the planet?
Oh, idiots.
No.
Us. Us idiots.
No.
Teenagers.
What'd you say, Michelle?
Teenagers.
Teenagers, still a big no. Can't believe you guys aren't getting this. Scariest people on the planet.
I know it's your little theme thing.
It's actually politicians is the answer I was looking.
Oh,
Scare me more than
true.
anybody.
We should have gotten that right off the bat.
I thought that was too obvious.
No, it's never too obvious when you're stupid and happy.
I was thinking like my next guess was going to be like those people from that movie, The Hills Have Eyes. They're pretty scary.
No, politicians much scarier than that.
I want to know if it's obvious or oblivious.
It's obvious they're oblivious.
Okay, all right.
It's obvious I'm oblivious. Let's start the news attack, where the first part is a true statement and the second part is obliviousness.
All the obliviousnesses.
Or a bad joke, and Michelle, kick it off for us.
All right. The U.S. on Monday announced its biggest arms shipments so far for Ukraine. I thought we were out of arms already. It's $1 billion. Another $1 billion. Everybody gets $1 billion. Sorry. Yeah. I hope we borrowed some of that from the recent Mega Millions winner, from Mega Millions Man.
Oh, wow. There's a good expenditure of your Mega Millions. Buy some arms.
Yeah.
All right, Val.
A study found that being lonely can be as detrimental to your health as smoking. But you know what? It'll still be easier for you to find an apartment.
Huh. That's why I started smoking again.
No, you didn't.
No.
Okay.
According to a study, avoiding lying can improve your health. That's so not true.
Oh, boy. Another study shows that brains of hoarders are different, but they're mostly full of junk.
Ba-dum-bump. The chairman of Donald Trump's 2016 campaign has admitted sharing confidential campaign info with the Russians at the same time Moscow was interfering in the election. Hey, Ivan, in case your spyware... That's not Russian. Anyway, isn't giving you guys enough info. Here's some bonus content to fill in the gaps.
Fill in the gaps.
You have to get it out of the toilet. You have to get it out of the toilet.
Donald Trump said that his home at Mar-a-Lago was raided by a large group of FBI agents. He was okay with the raid because they brought snacks.
And Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Mm-hmm. All right. Missouri cavers rescued a dog which may have been lost in the cave for almost 2 months. Wow. Just think of all the text messages he missed.
All the emails he's got to catch up on.
I know when I was trapped in a cave, I was able to lick the water off the walls, but what did he eat?
Bats? I don't know. A new global study finds the U.S. isn't even in the top 10 of the best countries in which to live, which seems really wrong because unless every other country has Applebee's.
All right, we move on to the wonderful world of wacky but true. We don't add anything to their stories because the stupidity is self-contained, much like me. And here we go. I'm going to do some different stories because we didn't have very many today, ladies. So I am going to go to Austin, Texas, where, oh, you're not going to believe this, favorite thing in the world. Thieves stole briskets. Briskets worth thousands of dollars from a restaurant. La Barbecue. Who names their barbecue restaurant La Barbecue?
Someone in Texas.
Only the French.
La Barbecue said
Le
the
barbecue.
There you
French
go.
Texans.
Oui. It was little Texans. Oui, Texans. The thief was filmed jumping a fence before loading the meat into an SUV. Briskets at the restaurant, which said it had been broken into 5 times, are worth about $180. At last count, $3,500 worth of brisket was stolen. Wow, that's delicious.
Wait a minute.
That's delicious.
Wait a minute. This has happened 5 times.
It happened 5 times. All right. I don't really have anything that revolved around meat, so I'll just play this.
You filthy criminals.
And I'm coming to your house for dinner.
Right. Yes. And for...
All right. But what? Huh?
You'd think that at some point they would get a beefier security system.
Oh, wow. Where was that rim shot? All right, wacky but true, Michelle, it's all you.
All right. 3 men busted into a convenience store in the UK in an attempt to haul away the ATM. Their plan didn't go so well. They backed a truck through the store's front door. The driver got out and first tried pulling on the ATM. What he didn't know was the machine was bolted to the floor. The robbers seemed confused. They then tied a rope around the machine and the truck's bumper, and the driver gunned it. That didn't work, so the men gave up.
I think it'd been better if the bumper with the license plate would have been there in the morning.
Right. Oh, that would have been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And who thinks that they can steal an ATM?
Not
like
since
they make it simple.
Not since the 90s. You remember that when like all those ATMs got yanked out of their spots? There was like money all over the streets. Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
I imagine their cameras now feed directly to a hub, though, too, or something.
Right.
So even if you got the ATM, you don't have the film footage of you stealing the ATM.
Yeah, I'm sure they all have trackers on them now, too.
Yeah.
There's easier way to get money. Just rob a bank.
I got my 2 hands up. I surrender. Come and lock me up. Here forever.
All right, Val.
The owner of the Kirtan Center, a yoga studio in Holiday, Utah, called police to report someone fired shots at his home, which houses a yoga studio. Police found numerous bullet holes in the house. The homeowner told police he thought he knew who was responsible, Joseph Doss, a former friend. The yoga instructor said Doss accused Americans of not teaching yoga correctly, and his behavior has become angry, incoherent, and has escalated. A witness to the shooting followed Doss as he drove away and told police where to find him. Investigators found, sure enough, evidence to charge Doss.
Oh, it was a collection of Richard Simmons videos.
Oh, my Atlanta.
Here we go.
Get those bodies warmed up. Let's go. And a 1 and a 2 and an on your back.
That was actually Richard Simmons, you guys.
Okay.
Aren't you impressed?
I
Right.
can still picture the tank top and red shorts. Crazy hair.
He still wears them. All right. Here's a grandmother taking a leisurely swim in a Swedish river, but she ended up in the hospital after she was attacked by a beaver. True story. Hold on.
It's the all-new Leave It to Beaver, starring Barbara Billingsley, Hugh Beaumont, Tony Dodd, and Clint Eastwood as the Beaver.
So let me fix that story. Here's a grandmother taking a leisurely swim in a Swedish river, ended up in the hospital after being attacked by Clint Eastwood's tail. Sorry. Make my day.
I was wondering what you were going to use that on.
She got to hear it beforehand. All right, and I think we're back to you, Michelle.
All right. When Austin W. Irvin went through security to get into the Volusia County, Florida courthouse, he set off the metal detector. Sheriff's deputies made sure he removed all metal from his pockets and asked him to walk through again. He still set it off. They asked him to take his shoes off and ran them through an x-ray machine that revealed the problem. There was an 8-inch dagger hidden in the sole of one shoe. Irvin claimed he didn't know the dagger was there because the shoes weren't his, but he was still arrested.
That's not mine.
Quiet! I can't have myself lie.
I think you'd notice a dagger in the bottom of your shoe.
Hey, you take your
You would think
shoes
so.
off. You take your shoes off. Find a knife in there. Those aren't my shoes.
I came in barefooted.
Those aren't my feet either.
That ain't mine, baby.
All right, Val.
I'm gonna skip the next one.
Why?
On our list. Do you want me to read that one? Really?
I mean, there's no dirty words. It's just kind of sad, but...
Okay. It was a shocking case of apparent domestic violence in Dallas, Texas, when police responded to a shooting at an apartment building. And when they arrived, they found a trail of blood that dead-ended where a car might have been parked. Then police got another call reporting a bloody scene inside a car outside a nearby hospital. Officers pieced together what happened. in a fight with his girlfriend in their apartment. Byron Redmond apparently held her down to shoot her in the neck. The bullet went through her neck but didn't kill her. The bullet continued on and hit him in the leg, apparently severing his femoral artery. The two headed to the hospital but didn't quite make it inside. Redmond got what he deserved. He bled to death. The unnamed woman was treated for a minor wound and released.
It's not funny. Why are you laughing?
Wow. Just wow. Like, wait a minute.
Talk about shooting yourself in the foot.
The fact that they drove there together.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Like, don't mind the fact you just shot me in the neck. Here, let me take you to the hospital.
All right.
I'm sure she drove really slowly.
His last words, ladies.
I love you, Schmoopsy Poo.
Oh.
Okay, one more.
Loved. You never loved anybody but yourself.
All right. See, I prepared for that. I couldn't let you skip it.
How do they make women so durable these days?
All right, last one. Paul Holman, working in the back shop in Seattle, Washington, when he heard a large booming sound. When he went to look, the front of his 82-year-old building was gone and had collapsed in a pile of rubble after a speeding car crashed through the building's main support pillar. Driver was okay and got a speeding citation. What was left of the building was so unstable that the Seattle Department of Transportation closed the street, as well as an interstate off-ramp that leads to the street.
Wow.
And he only got a speeding citation?
Yeah.
You know how fast you were going?
What?
How fast you were going?
65.
63.
Officer, isn't the speed limit 65?
Yeah, it is.
So why did he get a ticket? Is my question. Okay, sorry.
He was going under the speed limit.
He was going under
Don't go under the speed limit. You make everybody behind you angry.
Obviously, I didn't have a sound effect for that story either. All right, that is our
But he's happy.
But I'm happy and I'm stupid. Maybe we summed that up this morning. All right, I'll be stupid again tomorrow if you'll join us, and some intelligent people will be there. Mike Bentz will join us, and then at 8 o'clock we have our Mayor McCunn giving us an update on downtown strategies. So that's all tomorrow on your KCHW Morning Show. Thanks for checking in this morning. We will be back, and we want you to have a great day. Say goodbye, Michelle.
Goodbye, Michelle.
And say goodbye, Val.
Goodbye, Val.
One more time.
When I think of the time and the money I've wasted on your training, and you still turn out to be a blithering idiot. You're an utter failure. You make me sick.
Well, not really. Not Michelle kind of sick.
Oh. I don't wish that on
He
anyone.
already kind of sick, but...
Yeah, I don't wish that on anyone.
Yeah, don't want that kind of sick where you stay in the bathroom all day. All right. And I would like to say that I'm glad you made it through the show.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
She never even took a break, folks.
She must be feeling better.
What kind of hand gesture is she giving me?
She said you're number one.
Excellent.
Only Facebook knows.
There you go. The benefits of watching online. That's our show for today. Keep on listening. It's Northern Lights Public Radio.
Great job, team. Head back to base for debriefing and cocktails.